In this video, I'm going to be talking about another important mindset topic, which is self-reliance. First off, what is self-reliance? It is basically the ability for you to rely on yourself when things get difficult. So, why is it important? Well, this is especially important as an entrepreneur. If we take this course for example, in this course, I'm going to give you an exact step-by-step blueprint for you to start your publishing business. However, you're still the one who needs to execute it. You're the only person who can do that. I cannot do that for you. And hence, you need to rely on yourself to take the information from this course and execute on it. And for this, you need to be self-reliant. You need to be self-reliant enough to find information on your own. When you get stuck with something, when something doesn't click, or there are missing gaps, you need to be able to find information by yourself. You have a support team for this course. You can post in the Facebook group and I'm there for you, but you can easily find the answers quickly through Google or searching in my public group. You need to be self-reliant and find information yourself, otherwise you will have a hard time in the long run. What you basically need to do is you need to learn to take information from multiple sources. Take in information from multiple sources and come to your own conclusions. You can't expect to be spoon-fed your entire life, right? You are the decision maker. You need to make certain decisions as an entrepreneur. You can't let others take it for you. That's pretty much what being an entrepreneur is. It's basically making different decisions all the time. The only way you can handle that is if you are self-reliant and confident in your own decision-making ability. Finding information. So, as a publisher, Google is going to be your best friend. When you're searching for information, make sure you only look at updated content within the last 6 months or 1 year. Look at recent content. The more recent, the better. If you can't find anything on Google, then for advanced questions, Facebook groups are extremely useful. Since you purchased this course, you have access to the private group for this course. Make sure you don't waste people's time by asking basic questions. That annoys everyone. Take the time to search for the answer yourself before asking it in the Facebook group. Best ways to learn. Learning by analyzing your competitors is a great way of learning. If you know what you're trying to evolve in, if you have a competitor, then you have a model for what you're basing your books around. Analyze what your successful competitors are doing. There's a lot of transparency on Amazon, so it's really easy to analyze your competitors. Watch what your competitors are doing and try to model it. Do not just copy them. Be curious, be creative, and test things out for yourself relentlessly. And double down on what works. The more you start testing things out for yourself, the more you will learn and truly understand. If someone tells you something, you don't take it in as well if you do it yourself. When you're testing yourself, you will learn and understand much faster and better. So doing is the best way of learning. So there's this really famous quote by Thomas Edison. I'm sure you've heard of it already. He said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. The way he sees it is he found 10,000 ways that don't work, and you can make a parallel to that. You can say, I have failed. I have not failed. I've found 100 niches that don't work, or something along those lines. If you're doing Amazon advertising, it could be, I've found 100 keywords that don't work. Right? You can draw a parallel with a lot of things. Last thing I want to touch on is blocking out the noise. There's a lot of noise in publishing space, right? Everyone is claiming to have new strategies, new softwares coming out that will help you make more money quickly and easily. You need to block out noise. Most of the time, it's complete bullshit. It's just people trying to sell you a course or program or whatever. There's a lot of money to be made in selling stuff. You need to block out the noise and focus on a proven method and keep at it relentlessly. I have proved that my methods work. I've documented my journey in 2019, and so I have a proven method that you can follow. Avoid YouTube, avoid Instagram, Facebook as much as you can. Avoid social media and focus on publishing. It's very easy to get overwhelmed by looking at other people's results on social media. What you want to essentially do is, there are things that matter. Then there are things that you can control. So basically there are things that matter and there are things that you can control. So there are some things that matter and that you can control, and that's what you want to focus on, this area. If something doesn't matter, don't focus on it. If you can't control something, don't focus on it. This seems very basic, but whenever you're faced with a problem, just think back to this amazing illustration that I've made.